it's pretty safe to say. God give it, God take it away. It's the worldwide American way. I'm living.
What's going on, team? Proof here, and today I'm bringing you my very first recruitment report for GBT-13. And if you're not familiar with my recruitment reports from Fighters Collection or from Set 9, it's where whenever Bushiroad releases new cards for spikes up until the release of the set, I'm going to take some time to think about it, and then I give you my thoughts, my feelings, and my opinions on them. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And with that, we have the first reveals coming from Bushy Monthly, and we have Jet Motor Dosty and Jet Power Dosty, which are a grade 1 and a grade 2 pair. And their skills are, well, for Dosty, the grade 1, he's a 6k charge unit, and he says when this unit boosts a rear guard with the charge ability, during that battle, this unit gains plus 3000 power. And if this unit boosted Dosty, the grade 2, you can make that unit charging. So you can force charge onto Dosty if they're together and they're boosted. And for Dosty, he says he's a 8k grade 2, and he says he's a charge unit as well. And when he's boosted, if this unit's charging during that battle, he gains plus 5000 power. And if he's being boosted by Dosty, the grade 1, during that battle, your opponent can't intercept. And my feelings on them is that they're really not that good, either separately or together. Because separately, for Dosty, he's only a 9k booster if he's boosting a charge unit, which isn't that good because it doesn't scale very well, meaning it doesn't force new shield value, because you're either using a 9k attacker with plus 5000 power if it's from Rising's charge skill, which is a 20k line at most, or it's an 11k unit such as, or 11k 1000 scaling, so it's like Dobe, which is 11k or 21k, Lethal Forward, which is 11k, things like that. They don't scale to a next power level, so the 9k booster isn't really that useful. If he was a 7k and gained plus 3 to become a 10k booster, he'd be better, because Moodmaker Neon Rook, which is Catball from Tech Booster, he's a 7k, and when charging he gains plus 4, so he's an 11k booster, and he can pass power over to one of your other units with his charge ability when he returns back to the deck. If you think about playing Dosty, I will look at Moodmaker first, because that has more beneficial use over the course of the game than Dosty does. As for Dosty being an 8k that gains plus 5, that means he's a 13k attacker. At most he can be, well, not at most, but come off of Rising charge skill, he gains plus 5 more, so he becomes an 18,000 line, which isn't really that good either, because you have Dobe, which is attacks for 21 to 26 off of Rising's charge skill, Heave Weeds, which is 19 to 24, and so on and so forth. Like, there's other cards that do what they do separately that would be better to use over them in the first place. And when they're together, they form a 22k to 27k line, depending on if he has Rising's charge skill, or further boost if they have Supernova's boost as well. So if you're looking at it in that lens, you have a 22 to 27k line that can lock down interceptors, which would sound good, except that there's Mayhem Tiger, which can attack for 16 to 21 plus, depending on power boost, with a 7k booster, which can lock down intercepts and lock down 10k shields for Soul Blast costs, which is also a common, because I didn't mention these guys are common as well. Then you have Heave Weeds, which can attack for 24 or 31,000 off of Rising's charge skill with a 7k booster, which is more than what these guys can attack for. And then there's Dobe, which is similar to Heave Weeds, can attack for 31 to 33,000, with Dobe being off of Rising's charge skill. So even collectively together, there's other cards that can do what they do better, except they only take up one, they only encompass one unit, so you don't have to include both of them together. Or that didn't make a lot of sense. There's cards when they're singularly themselves, they do more than what these two do together, so they take up less deck space. And when it comes to your deck being max 50 cards, every slot is important. So you don't want to take up multiple slots for these two cards that need to work together to be most efficient, to not be as good as something that can do their job by themselves, if that makes any sense at all. So all in all, together, these two really aren't that good, and I would completely skip using them in your deck, because you can't even argue budget, because Heave Weaves, Dove, and Mayhem Tiger are all common cards that you can find for like 25 cents on TCG Player or something like that. So my verdict on these cards is quickly skip them, do what you will with them. They're pack filler, and it's not the hot start to GBT-13 for us like we had hoped and seen when it comes to skills being revealed, but they're commons and not everything can be Mayhem Tiger level. So that'll do it for me. I'll look out for more. I'm gonna do these for every set of cards that comes out, or every batch of cards that comes out. I'm definitely still optimistic about the set, because we still got my boy Rising coming in. I don't know what they're gonna do. They always like to sneak in something for us, historically speaking. So yeah, keep your heads up, guys, because it's a slow start, but Spikes have always known having slow starts, and then we explode to the finish line. So yeah, look out for more. Hope you enjoy, and like I said, look out for more. And until next time, peace. Be easy.